What is going on? We're back for another Sunday night. Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming. We have a special guest with us tonight, JT from JT's Funko Finds. Welcome to the show.
G'day. How you all doing?
Very well.
Doing all right for a Sunday. We will do a quick hello to a couple people in chat and then do a bit of a run around and get you to introduce yourself in a second. But we have all the normal terrors in the chat. We have the disgruntled octopus always keeping us under control with all those 8 arms. Give this one to Dada. We always like to give this one a bit of a shout out as well.
Wreck Raiders, good to see you guys. They dropped a video a couple of weeks ago too, so go and check it out.
Yeah, definitely. Heaps of videos going out at the moment, which we'll get into as well, which is awesome to see. We've got Chris. Jazzy is in the chat looking after us, like always. Give this one to Drew. This one's a quality one to get Drew around.
Thrifting Oz style. Oh, that was a bad one. I don't know. I need another one to warm up on, I think. That was a bad one.
I'll find another one in the chat for you in a second. We'll give you one, JT. This one's probably going to be a bit of a tongue twister because it's all together. Here you go.
Oh, moderns and memories.
There we go. Scotty, what's up, Scotty? Good to see you. Aussie Spud, that's a new one to the channel. So thanks for coming. I do like a good potato.
I know. That's his name's Brod. He's a mate of mine. I actually went through primary school and high school with him. I haven't seen him in probably maybe 13 to 15 years. Physically haven't seen him. He lives. He doesn't live here anymore, but he's just got into reselling. So welcome aboard, Mr. Bud. Good to see you, brother.
Welcome to the crazy world of reselling. And chips are always good, so you're starting off well there. Here's another one. Captain's in the house. Kara's here. Go on, Drew. You've warmed your voice up now, so you might as well get this one cracking.
Uncle Wayno's flips. There we go. I need to warm up on that.
That was quality. Oz Riley, what's up? Saucy Snags in the house as well. Bunch of people. And Aussie Tip Rat and Charlie. Thanks, everyone, for coming. Really appreciate you guys being here. Retro's in the house as well. What is up? The absolute beasts that are killing it over there as well. So, JT, before we get into it, give us a little bit of a spiel on introducing yourselves. And obviously, you're into the Funkos, as we can see behind you. But give us a little bit of a spiel on how you got into the reselling game and how you got into Funkos, I suppose.
Yeah, guys. So pretty much I got into, I guess, collecting, well, ever since I was a kid, but more so Funko probably when COVID hit back in March, April. I had what should have been 4 or 5 month old. And I guess I was going nuts at home, just wanting to do something. So I kind of reached out to a few people, I guess, in the Funko community and was just like, how do I get involved? And then, now I've got a channel. And then I've always been, I own a business. And so I've always been in the selling game. So I just thought, well, with COVID and you just never know what's going to happen. Let's take this a little bit more serious and start, reselling some stuff. And I guess Funko Pops was one thing. And then I'm big into collecting, like collectibles. And I have a lot of trading cards. So I was flipping, trading cards. And so now I'm just trying to learn a bit from everybody and trying to make my own little what I'm after and kind of going from there, really. But awesome. I guess stay-at-home mum, so that's what really got me. I needed to she was getting older now, so she's about 1.5, so I was getting a bit tedious and I was just like, I've got to get out and do something else now. I run the business runs itself kind of pretty well, so I just want something else now that I can get out and go do. So yeah, that's where it all came about.
And we're getting a little bit of a taste of your collection in the background there, and there's some ones that are sort of popping out there, which looks really cool. So it's always fun to check out their collectible stuff. And we have dropped your link in the description for anyone that hasn't jumped over to check you out. So make sure you head over to JT's. I just put JT and Funko together then. JT's Funko Finds. Check out some videos, always putting out great content. So link is in the description for anyone new that hasn't stumbled across you yet. We always like to get some new faces on here and share their story as well. So great to have you, firstly. We'll do a quick wrap around and see how everyone's week been. Brad, how's eBay been? How's life been down in Victoria? About the only place in Australia that doesn't have COVID at the moment. So you do.
Yeah, mate. We are just the kings of Australia, aren't we? We're just cruising along, doing what we want, living in freedom. We're pretty good down here in Vic. But no, I hope everyone's safe, doing well. It's always tough times with all this shit going on. It just never seems to end. So, but no, going pretty good down here. Solid week. I've done a backflip on what I used to do the last few weeks. I'm having really good weeks, but then they're dropping off on weekends. So
Yeah.
Had a fairly quiet. Well, yesterday was really quiet. Today's picked up a little bit. So yeah, it's still all right. Like I'm not going to complain. It's still, it's just not where I want it to be. So that means that doesn't mean put the tail between the legs and stop doing anything. That means this week I've got to go harder. That means I'm listing harder this week. So yeah, it's not too bad. Pretty steady.
That's the mindset of a champion right there. You got to pick yourself up. So good to hear, Flip. Drew, what's been happening to you guys? You've been back from the little trip for a little while now. You're sort of settling back into normal life, as you might want to call it. How's things in lockdown at the moment as well?
So yeah, settled straight back into lockdown mode. So I haven't since we got back. I think I've been to Woolies like twice. I haven't really left the house in probably 10 or 11 days now, which is. It's getting a little bit of cabin fever, but I've had plenty of stuff to do at home, sort of consolidating all the mess in the spreadsheets and just piles of stuff to be washed. And, you get all those individual things that end up in 50 locations around the house. And how the hell did it get here? So I'm consolidating and cleaning and getting everything up to scratch for end of financial year, stock take wise. So sort of been cranking through that stuff, but yeah, I'm itching to go sourcing. Haven't been out for probably 6 weeks now, so hopefully I can get out on the weekend.
I think my head would have exploded by now, or I would have definitely been cutting laps in the house or something. Because I struggle to go a week without it, so I don't know. It's like a drug. I feel like I'm an op shop addict. Probably a little bit better than a heroin addict, but also, your house gets pretty full. So I'm itching for you, Drew. I hope you guys get out soon. Hopefully those cases get under control because still a couple pumping through over there. So anyone that's in Sydney, hope everyone is going well and, hopefully not going too crazy. Yeah. JT, what's the week been like for yourself? Are you in lockdown at the moment or are you just coming out?
No, we just came out. We came out on Friday. So Saturday was just literally recovery from everything. You did not want to go to the shops, but I had to. And today it's been thundering, lightning, everything. Try to get out to the tip shop to drop stuff off, but it was shut. So, which is very rare for us for a Sunday and a lockdown. So I guess they didn't get the news. But this week's been pretty all right. I guess for me, I do this very casually. So from the 1st of July, I've already sold 8 items. I had a lot of people come over yesterday, and I reckon that's because 4 days in lockdown, they're itching to get back out and buy stuff. So they secured stuff while they were at home twiddling their thumb and locked it all and picked it all up yesterday. So.
And you do a lot of local stuff as well. When you say that people pick up, you do a lot of local trade?
Yeah, I kind of, as in Facebook Marketplace and stuff. Yeah, I try and list everything I list on eBay. I try and list on Facebook Marketplace, but I guess a little bit lower because of the fees that eBay take. So still learn all those kind of ropes, but I like to do the cross sales that way. And a good chunk of it was Facebook yesterday, so that was pretty good.
Yeah, I think we've got one of your Facebook sales later on, so we'll get into that as well. But yeah, it's pretty cool to see that sort of cross listing and selling on both platforms. I think everyone does a little bit of it, but definitely you're doing a lot more than most of us, I'd suggest, on Facebook. So yeah, it's pretty interesting to see how that works. I kind of don't like people coming to my house. That's my big thing. So if you can do it, it's definitely worthwhile, I think. And
I find it pretty easy, flexible. So with a little one. So
yeah, definitely. I suppose you got the advantages of having the partner and being in the law enforcement as well. So if anything goes awry, you've got the taser ready to go.
Yeah. I kind of suss out their profile just first before I give them my address. Let's put it that way. But generally I always say I'll meet you out the front. My little one's asleep, and they get the picture. And by then I've had no issues to date. Knock on wood.
Even with my car just recently, I said I'd meet you down at the post office because I didn't want him to come and know where my car was and then jack it when I was sleeping or something. But yeah, it's cool to see. So as I said, your link is in the description below. Now, before we get into sort of anything else, you mentioned that you're looking to do a bit of a giveaway. So very, very
Yeah.
generous of yourself. So do you want to give everyone a quick rundown of how they can get involved in that?
Yeah,
and
guys. So
what you're sort of giving away.
what I thought I'd do, because sometimes when I do like I guess Funko lives and stuff like that, I put a giveaway up for grabs. So I thought what I'd do is if you head over to my latest video, just hashtag WWR, and I'll draw it at the end of the week. But whoever wins, I'll pretty much give you a $20 gift voucher to, you know, Vinnie's, Salvo's, you know, somewhere that you like. Or I guess if you're not here in Australia, I can just send you a $20 PayPal credit. So just help you put that 20 and, you know, triple it type thing. So just head over there. I thought I'd let it run for a week because, you know, there's people that watch the replays like I do when I don't get a chance to watch you guys live. So shoot over to the latest video.
I've got that up on the screen there, the new one, Let's Go Thrifting, episode 14. So head over to that one, leave a comment on there, and go in the drawer, and JT will let you guys know when it's going to go, and we'll also promote it over on the Instagram so everyone knows where to go as well. So very generous sort of JT. You can see there that the channel is tracking along well. I enjoyed the banner there. It's very very nostalgic, so it fits in the theme quite well.
I'm
and all your thumbnails.
It's getting worked on the thumbnail because I'm changing the name, but I'm only changing one letter. So if you can guess what letter, then my mate's working on the a new logo, just because I'm obviously doing a lot more different things now than just Funko. So
yeah, right.
Is it going to go from O to Y? Funky
that
finds?
would be a very good guess.
Oh, nice. I like it. Not too much of a change there, but it'll open the channel up to some new directions as well. So very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So head over there, comment on that video, the newest one just released, and JT will let you know who wins it, and we'll make sure we promote it as well. So thanks. Thanks.
That's easy. Just chuck in the hashtag WWR, and then I know that's you guys have come from watching the us.
Hashtag WWR, and JT will sort you out with a bit of a giveaway. So I think you're the first one on the channel to offer a giveaway. So thank you for bringing the love to Wide World of Reselling. We appreciate it, and we appreciate you coming on. So we'll do. I saw a few more people jump in the chat, and I want to make sure that I don't miss too much of it. So Scotty's saying Funko Finds great channel, was a good one with old school tram going through while out and about.
Oh yeah, it was at that Whiteman Park. It's a park over here in Perth, just literally across the road from my house. So trams go through, and you know, kids can go on and jump on and go through the wildlife park and stuff like that.
That's pretty cool. Sarah's saying g'day. Hey Sarah, I'm presuming she's keeping Archie occupied. Probably can't go too far with the walk at the moment, but thanks for giving us Drew for the Sunday.
Trying to get as far away from me, let's just say that. There's a limit.
Had enough of you, has she, Drew? Chris is excited about giveaways, which is awesome. Mum's in the house, so you know when Mum's in the house, things are going to start going down. So thanks for being here. And Raucous Reg, which we love to see as well. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for dropping in. We've got all the legends in the chat tonight. 39 here so far. So you brought the party to the yard, JT. Thanks for promoting and getting across here. We do appreciate it. So I guess let's find out a bit more about you before we do any sort of the normal segments. So you said you started collecting like at the start of COVID. Was there anything prior to that you were sort of getting into, or was that just really the kickoff for the collection?
That was probably more the kickoff now. As a kid, I collected Tarzos, Pokemon cards, little figurines. I used to go to swap meets with my dad like every weekend that I was at his, and we'd do, we'd actually do sales there and stuff like that. So I'd use my money that I made and go buy, Pokemon card packs and all that kind. So I always had that kind of, reselling mindset ever, since I was a little kid. But I think with COVID, and I think because I had a preemie baby, it's a very full-on thing. The amount of hospital appointments and all that kind of stuff I had to go to. I needed an out and like an outlet that I could just put some excitement into. And I guess that's where I saw this one week, like we just watched The Mandalorian, I think it was, and they released the Grogu Funko Pop. And I pretty much was like, you know what? When I go in that store, because I loved always going into Zing, just loved going to Zing and just thinking, I wish I was one of those people that collected stuff, but who the hell would collect all these bloody Funko Pops? Like, they're nuts. Now I'm one of them. But then I kind of got to the stage was like, right, I need something just to collect, like, just a collection, and let's build on that. And I guess with a little girl being born at 29 weeks, I saw her as like, I guess, my little warrior, because of 29 weeks is a very, very hard task to early days. So I just got into Wonder Woman, and then if I turn my camera probably that way, you can see that's where I started like my Wonder Woman collection.
Yeah.
So it all literally stemmed from there. So I went Wonder Woman, then I went to Batman, DC. I don't know if you can see behind me there, but I've got a whole lot of like soda figures, and then TMNT. So,
wow.
Oh, and then there's more Disney.
It just keeps going. 360 pops all around. While we're actually talking about the collection, what's your favorite pop, and can you actually get it out without destroying your cupboard there?
Collection? I'll show you one that might, I reckon a few people might like it. Let's see if I can get it.
I should have prepped you prior, but
probably, yeah.
No, put her on the spot.
Yeah.
There's a good story with this one.
Oh, we love a good story.
All right, so this is the
I'll put you full screen. 1 sec. I'll go full screen.
Well, that's bad.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, let's get the glare out of the way.
Okay. Wow.
I'm not going to take it out of the case, but I'll try and get the glare off. So this bank robber Joker, right, is worth about $400 something. So it's in a proper hard stack. But I won this on a waffle ticket, so a raffle, but online for $6.
$6.
Yeah. So that's probably like my favorite pop and this is probably more my partner's pop, but yeah, like you can't go wrong with that. Like $6 for a $400 something pop.
Let's go.
And it's Heath Ledger, so you just he's in staying in a very nice hard protector.
What is your absolute grail that you want to get for your collection? The one that you don't have yet?
Oh, I don't know. There's a few out there, but what I would say, I love the movie Up. So we're going Disney. So it's not Wonder Woman, but we're going Disney. I don't know if I'll turn it that way. So that top row is all Up pops. There's if you've seen the movie, there's a Russell pop that's worth about, that row there. There's a Russell pop that's worth about $400, but I'm not going to get it unless I win it in a waffle as well.
Wow, that's crazy.
Because these pops can go for good money.
Yeah, that's for sure. I've come across a couple when doing bulk deals that have done quite well, and then you get all the run-of-the-mill ones as well. So it's always a mixed bag. Everyone's drooling over the room, so got some new fans out there.
I guess I could call it.
Yeah. Disgruntled Octopus is saying the Grail would be a Disgruntled Octopus pop, so we'll keep an eye out for that one. I did see over in the States someone had set one up for Cincinnati Picker. So when he went garage sailing, someone had actually built a Cincinnati Picker pop and put it in their garage sale because they knew he was coming. So that was
I saw that.
Cool.
They set that up and they customized a pop for him.
That
but like you were saying, with the bulk lot, like I picked up yesterday a bulk lot just down there, and 9 pops for $60. But one of the pops is from the movie Matrix, and it's vaulted, so they won't make it again. Yeah. And that one pop in itself is worth over $110.
It's crazy what some of them are worth, hey. It's just
everything else is just, sprinkles on top, really.
While we've got you talking pops, give us some tips on what to look for when you're looking at pops, because you just mentioned vaulted, which is obviously a key thing. But collectors want crispy and no sort of box problems. But give us some tips of what people should be looking for when they are hunting for pops.
I guess you always want like a box that's in really good nick. You don't want it to have a smoky smell. You don't want it in a smoking house and all that kind of. A collector wants a box mint. Let me Give me 2. I'll get the bag I got yesterday. Oh.
I've definitely picked up a couple pops where I reckon they did come from a smoker household. So it took us a while to get that smell out of it. So I definitely know what you're talking about there.
I think what you want to look for is like nostalgic. So, you know, anything that is very popular, but it's not overpopulated as well. But like, for example, that Matrix I picked up. So that's that Agent Smith there. Just want to get the glare out of the way.
Yeah. Wow.
So that was made in, if you look on the bottom, it'll give you a year that it's made in. So 15 means 2015. And then it was produced in June. So 18th of June, 2015. So it's worked, you know, backwards. But if you download, if you're ever out on the thrift or whatever and you want to know how much it's worth, there's a Funko app that you can download on your phone, and you can scan in the pop and it will tell you whether it's vaulted or if it's still available. And that's kind of how you find out whether it's still relevant.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this dude's vaulted, and they won't make him again. So that makes the value, and especially with the Matrix going to do another movie, I think it is. When that movie drops, people that haven't collected any of the older ones, they're going to go back chasing all those, like Space Jam, for example. You know, all the ones that were made for Space Jam original, you know, if they go and watch Space Jam 2, I'm going to cut in next week, they're going to be like, oh, I want to go get all the original Space Jam pops. Yeah. So,
might have to do a bit of a hunt around after the show, actually, and get a few before they rise in price, I reckon.
Yeah, that's the thing. People just go after things like, you know, or, you know, if you like the show The Office, you go after the original set because they're just going to keep pumping out more, you know, pops and shows. And when people go back and watch a show, they're like, oh, I wish I had the first one that they ever made. So that's where people go back to the original days of which was the first pop that they made. So
yeah, Rack Raiders chucked in a very relevant question as well. How do you send your pops?
So I always put them in a protector. So that's just me because I've got protectors laying around. So they fit into not one of these hard stacks. They can go into.
I had one handy, but.
So you can see there's like it's just a protector film. Then I bubble wrap it and then chuck it in a box. Yeah, never send it in a bag.
Ken's going to jump on the app and check it out after the show, so that'll be pretty cool to see if there's any good ones there.
It's literally just called Funko app, so yes, it shouldn't be too hard to find for anyone.
There you go. There's your hot tip for the night. I was aware of it, but I don't actually have it, so I'm going to download it in case I see some in store because
I do also recommend that you always jump over to eBay sold prices because the Funko app can sometimes be a little bit outdated in terms of pricing. So always cross-reference. That's for sure.
Does the market move heaps fast? Like if something goes vaulted, does like the market shift super quick in terms of like online, or the prices reflect that relatively fast? Or is it something?
It can, because sometimes you don't actually know that it has gone vaulted. Like you don't know until later down the track. But you know, with convention pops, so like everyone goes nuts on like anime pops. So like My Hero Academia and stuff. If they're going to release one for an upcoming convention, everyone's going to buy them for $25 because that's what they retail for. And then you'll see it that afternoon or the next day selling for $150 already. Wow. So, you know, I guess it's more about knowing what is in and what's hot in terms of, you know, genres and, chases. So that's another thing to always look out for in the like if you're at the shops and you go into a zing. There's a chase sticker on the pops. So give me 2 seconds.
Here's one I prepared earlier.
So here's 2 that I found this week, just gone. So you'll know your Schitt's Creek show.
Yep.
So if you ever see that sticker, where are my camera's out of the way? If you ever see that sticker on a pop in the shop, pick it up no matter what you do. No matter what it is, pick it up.
Yeah.
because it's different to what it should have been. Because that character, David Rose, should have been looking like that dude there on the back.
Yeah, right.
So the chase is always worth a lot more. So this I paid $20 for in EB Games, and it's already worth like $45-$50.
Wow. Yeah, so, definitely.
Same thing with this dude.
The barcodes are the same, right, on the chase ones? Like if you were to scan the barcode of a chase one and the normal one will come up the same comps, but you have to look for the chase pricing.
Yeah. And that's the same thing. Space Jam, Dom, he's going to go through the roof when the movie drops because everyone's going to be on the hunt for him.
Yeah.
And I was lucky to find 2 of these, so I'm actually going to auction one off on one of my auction nights.
Ooh. That could be an expensive journey, I think. Maddie's saying, look at all the pops. Jazz is applauding the masterclass. I do have a cat in here that's trying to destroy everything. So if my camera goes crazy, because the cat's...
What's the biggest one you have? I know they make some really big ones. Do you have like a 20-inch one or anything? That big one at the top?
Superman?
Superman. The evil Superman?
That's a 10-inch Superman chase that I found just sitting at EB Games.
Oh.
And that's worth about, I think it's like over $200, and I paid $80 for it.
Oh.
So if you ever walk past the Zing, and they always say, like, you know, they're supposed to put them in the front of the shelves, but some staff don't, and, you know, it's just the luck of the game. But if you ever walk past an EB Games, a Zing, even they sell them in Target and Big W, if you see that sticker, you grab it because it will always be worth more than what you've spent straight away.
Is the sticker always in the same spot, the same corner, or is it anywhere else? Always in the same spot?
Always the same spot, and it's always that yellow. Well, not always that yellow color, because if it's a glow in the dark one, then it will be like a black one. Like it'll be black, but they don't do them that often.
That's pretty cool. Do you sell internationally or only local? Wow, only local. Apparently I can't speak English.
Only local, because international I'm still grasping how fees and all that work, and I haven't got my head around the international side of things yet.
Yeah, and I imagine that some of the, well, especially that big one, some of the pops might cost a bit of money depending on where you're sending it to because of the cubic rate.
Yeah, exactly. And you want to try and protect the crap out of it. So going internationally, you're waiting for a kick and a boot here. And, you know, Mr. Diary of a Flipper should know how to kick a boot.
I haven't kicked a pop yet.
I think your pop would have survived on that little kick right off the first time.
I would have busted my foot.
That's awesome. Thanks for all that knowledge you've just dropped. I'm gonna have to try and go back and remember all this because there was plenty in there. Especially, I didn't know on the bottom about the date, so that was very helpful that you read it backwards. So, thanks for sharing that with us. We'll definitely be keeping an eye out. You do see them in op shops here and there, so it's always worth picking them up and have a look. The only ones that I've seen lately have been at Savers, and they want like $30 a pop on them. So probably,
unless
and they're not
double it, then it's, you know. But the box is going to be to get that money. The box is going to be in a very good condition. Yeah,
for sure. Mum's going to keep an eye out for some pops for us now, so that's handy. They were down last week, I think, and we got a whole stack of random DVDs and books and boxes that we could use, so they're always on the lookout, which is awesome. So while we're talking about sales, let's get into sale of the week. Now I've got pictures all over the place here, so I don't know who I'm going to snag first, so you guys are going to have to work it out when we get there. All right, I think I've got Drew first. Let's go with Drew.
All right.
Bit of T-Swizzle, mate.
Hey.
Shake it off with some Taylor Swift. Who would have thought a Taylor Swift shirt would have sold for $80+, right? We picked this up for $2. I want to say on maybe like March or April. We picked a bunch of crew shirts up on the same day. So we had this one, someone that worked on the crew or loading in or out or whatever had a bunch of shirts. They donated this one, a Whitney Houston one from her last tour here. But yeah, this one sold for $83. Had up for $100. I did have someone commit to the 85, but they never paid, so it cancelled. And then I sent an offer for like 16% off or whatever it was. So yeah, $2 to 83 for a Taylor Swift shirt. All I had on the back was Fearless 2010 just in text. So nothing crazy, but obviously you're never going to get $80 out of a normal Taylor Swift shirt. But yeah, anything crew related, I'd just grab for sure.
Was it on any specific tag drill, or was it just
just Gildan, just modern Gildan? Yep.
That's awesome. That's a cool one. 2010 Tay getting the $80 in the door. So I'm sure she has a line in one of her songs that would go well, but I don't know them too well. So
you know.
I've been to see Tay live twice. I went with Kate, and I actually took Kate. She didn't take me. I love Tay. So it wasn't me that bought the shirt, but I like Tay.
You got a shrine to Tay hidden behind all that all the metal stuff there.
So I've got a Tay calendar in the other office.
Robbie's in the house. What is up, Robbie? Good to see you, mate. Thanks for dropping in. Always appreciate you coming. Presuming I don't know if he's at work at the moment or not, but it's good to see you here, mate. All right. I'll go with Flipper. Now, you have all the sorts of pictures here, so I'm going to have to do a bit of a flick through. So tell us about these bad boys, because most people would probably assume they're Street Sharks, but they're not quite, are they, Flip?
No, they're knockoff Street Sharks, so they're from the same era. They are those Mannix Mighty Sharks or whatever they are. There's a few different sort of bootleg figures back in the 90s. And shout out to Moderns and Memories, Scotty Garvin here, because he sort of mentioned to me a while ago, he sold this blue one here down the bottom. And he sent me a screenshot, and he sold his for about $100 for that one figure. And he said, these are going for this money. And I had the purple one there, and I was never going to list it because I just assumed he was going for about $30. And I thought, that's insane. So I might list him. And anyway, yeah, sure enough. Well, and then the blue one, I picked him up in a recent video where I got a big toy lot. They smelt of cigarettes and all that sort of shit. But anyway, yeah, I copped a couple of offers. So it was $80 for each of them from a bloke in America. And he was keen on the both. And I thought, well, that's a pretty good deal, because I've literally paid probably $1 for the two of them combined in total, because that purple one came in a video that I did with Dougie last year at the garage sales. And yeah, as I said, I never listed it until not too long ago. So I got him just with a bunch of other Street Sharks. And then, yeah, this bad boy here, I only picked him up a couple of weeks ago in that big lot. So they're on their way to America, and someone's going to be very happy with them. So, and they were under market. So I actually, like, $80 a piece. They have that sort of line has been selling for around $100 a figure. And as I said, Scotty got the $100 on that blue one. So I'm very happy with that.
Never heard of it, eh? It's so crazy.
Very cool. And like, it's cool to have those close-up pictures as well, because like, if you ever see that in an op shop now, you can sort of go, hang on, I've seen that on Flip's channel. I know that I can make some money out of that. I'm going to pop it in the basket. So very, very cool sale. And thanks for sharing that with us. Because,
just bootleg stuff in general, like toys from the 90s. Some of them are just insane. It just blows me away. Like, I had another one last week from that lot. And I actually messaged you, Brad, when I sold it. It was this little devil, and I'd just never seen it before. I'd never heard of it. Yeah. I didn't even know what it was. I could not Google Lens it. I could not find shit on it. Like, there was nothing. And anyway, I listed it for like $50 and sold it like that. And someone in America hit me up, and they said, have you got any more of these? These are so hard to get. I need it, blah, blah, blah. And I said, just be honest, like, are these worth a lot more? And she was basically said, yes. A lot more. And she sent me what they actually were. I can't remember what they were now. But it's just like, yeah, it's just some like knockoff. I don't even know what it was knocking off, but it was just like this random line. Very, very rare. And she said there's not many collectors either, but when they do find them, they just pay up. And she said, are you going to cancel the order now? I said, no, like, you've educated me. So that's a lesson. I still got, essentially 20 cents into $50. So I'm not complaining. I'm happy with that. And the best thing is it's going to a home that's going to appreciate it, as you all know, like, I'm a big collector just like JT, and I'm more happy for things to go into a collection to complete it. So it's just crazy, just some of these bootleg figures, what they're going for these days.
Yeah, it's awesome to have so many different collections around the community as well, because you can reach out to people like Brad, JT, Scotty, Robbie, and ask them, I've got this, and they're probably going to know what it is when, like, I personally wouldn't have any idea. So it's great to have those sort of people around, and then you get those really weird ones that no one knows about, and you just hope for the best. So that's pretty cool. I've got JT's almost ready to bring up here as well. JT's actually given us 2 this week, so we'll give us some airtime on this one. Tell us, this a Facebook flip, this one?
Yeah, that's a Facebook one. I picked it up for $6 at my local Salvos. It was from 99 complete Barbie toy store. So box was in pretty good nick. Lady literally just messaged me and said, "Hey, I'm on the other side of Perth. Would you mind meeting me halfway?" So I met her up at a local, a central shopping centre. I got to go and do some rounds at the same time, so it was a win-win. And sold it for $60. So
yeah.
It is one thing I think we're all guilty of, is when we have to go somewhere, just checking out what's in the local area for oppies and stuff. So
I was going to say guilty of playing with a Barbie toy store.
That too. I mean, come on, Drew. We all know what was going on back in the day. I've got another one here for JT as well. Number 2 for the week. This one is a eBay sale, but absolutely smashed that one out of the park. So tell us about these bad boys.
These were the Nimbus 18s, I think they were. Too many bloody issues with them, to be honest. So many people reached out wanting it, pick it up from your house, via Facebook first. Then to get the message saying, "Oh, I got given a present." I'm like, "Yep, whatever, righto, mate." And then to have someone offer me, I think it was $70 on eBay. I'm like, nah. Another guy reached out saying, "Yep, bought them. Nope, didn't mean to buy them. Sorry, can I have a refund?" Righto, mate. Finally got it sold for $90 plus postage. Took I think 20 odd days in the end from the day I picked them up for $15. But what's that? $75 profit.
And they were in really good nick there as well, because
hold on. Yeah, soles on them are really good, and I'm pretty lucky that I'm quite knowledgeable because I used to manage an athlete's foot store. Yeah. So pretty switched on with all my shoes. And I think that's where I'm also, learning a bit more about how to, flip shoes and sport. I'm not big on clothing. And I've said this to Judder that I'm like, he wasn't big on it 3 years ago. I'm not big on it now, but hey, I could change my mind down the track. But Guernseys, sports Guernseys, I'll be on. But just, I guess, things I know at the moment are these.
Yeah, and $90 for a pair of Nimbus is awesome. So nice. That's almost as impressive as that pair of counters that Drew sold for crazy money a little while back. That was insane. So
yeah.
Yeah, and some of them do. And I love going to a good thrift store where you can see there's a bunch of shoes. That's why we go to Sabres quite a lot, because there's a good range of shoes, because I know most of the time I'm going to come out of there with 1 or 2 or maybe more pairs of shoes, and you made $100 before you even start, really. So it's great to find shoes when you can. And for us, just a Sony 5-disc changer. We picked that up a while back for $60, and it sold for $259 over the weekend. So I sat there for a little while, but $60 to $259, I'll take that every day of the week. So happy with that. So keep your eye out for 5-disc changes. Apparently they do well as well. Always looking out for those DVD combos, but that's another one to keep an eye out for. People in the chat, let us know what your sale of the week was. We're always keen to hear those crazy flips or even those fun flips, because that's what keeps us in the game, I think, is all those little fun little flips during the week that, the clothing keeps the money ticking in for us, but those cool ones are always the ones we like to show off. So, yeah, very cool. Chris is saying cheeky thrifter. I think that's in response to the old traveling and dropping stuff off.
Yeah.
I had a few nice sales this weekend, so it was good. And remember, if you have any motif figures, there you go. Yep. I was trying to work that in my brain. I was like, I can't do this right now. The series starts end of the month. There you go.
Yeah. That's like Loki figures are going nuts through the roof now because it's just come to Disney Plus. So things that are about to drop, look for the old stuff before it drops, because that's when, money will strike.
Yeah, and that's something that Robbie and Brad are all over. Like they're messaging me and they're like, "Oh, if you ever see this around, grab it because this is coming up." I'm like, "How do you like?" I didn't even know that was coming up. So thanks for thanks for the heads up, boys. So it's always cool to see those new things coming out because you're right. Like when people see that stuff, especially if it's nostalgic, like Space Jam, for example. When the new one comes out, people they want the old stuff because it brings back the memories of, the 90s. Well, for me at least. Yeah. Signed Jamie Oliver book 2 into 40 found at a tip shop. That's awesome. I saw our Uncle Wayno's tip shop run today on video, and I think he was saying they're a little bit overpriced. So that's the funny thing about tip shops is you'd think it'd be cheap, but some of them aren't. It's pretty crazy.
I'm pretty lucky with mine. They don't price anything. It's literally you get to the counter and they're like, "Oh, yep, $15 for 30 odd items." So
that's what a tip shop should be, right? Because,
I'm gonna film mine one day because it'd just blow people away. You'd probably need a tetanus shot when you come out of there. Literally, my local tip shop is a shed full of shit on the floor, and you take it to the dude on the gate that's taking the charge for the people coming to drop their shit off. You say, "What do you want for it?" And he'll just go, a couple of bucks. Like I don't even go there; it's disgusting. I'll do a video there soon, and I'll go and have a dig around. You literally got to dig through shit to find something good. It's not like when I went to with you guys, Brad, when we were in Adelaide. It's It's literally junk on a floor, and you just dig through it. It's crazy.
That's the thrill of the hunt, though.
It's not even a thrill of a hunt, man. It's fucking disgusting. That's what it is.
Escaping alive.
It's a horror movie. Rack Rate sold at Drax Street Sharp for $130 plus international shipping.
Nice.
Love those sales. Keep them coming through, and we'll pick them up as we go. Got a TK Maxx opening local to Ken soon. Jazz and Cara went to our one during the week, I think, and that was an interesting experience. I think more things were bought for personal than they were for reselling. But they're pretty cool shops from what I've seen. Just you have to be pretty onto it to make $1 there, I think. It's like a markdown type place. Like they bring in all the American stock and then they mark it down as they go.
Oh, okay.
It was weird. Some stuff was cheap, other stuff was a joke. Yeah. I guess that's like anything. Hey, pick up the She-Ra and Powerpuff Girls DVD off Marketplace. Very happy. Nice, Wayne. Yeah. Wayne's local to us, so we've run into him a few times. So we are 45 minutes in, so we better get cracking. I was losing track of time there. We better get cracking on dog shit because we want to make sure that we get to dog shit because that's probably the most important part of Wide World of Reselling. There we go. There's old mate squeezing one out. He's ready to go. He's told eBay, "Look, mate, I'm taking a big deal on you. I'm taking a big deal." So he's going hard.
Perfect.
He's getting it out. Chatter, tell us any dog shit this week.
I have 2 this week, but they're one of them's pretty good, and I'll get to that quick. But I'm pissed at eBay. I'm pissed at eBay this week. And what happened, basically, I got left a negative this week, negative feedback. So the 100% disappeared again for about the 6th time. But we've rectified it. We rectified it that day. We got back up to 100%, thankfully. But basically, I sent a bloke bought a bunch of T-shirts off me 2 weeks ago, and he's in Colombia, and he's left a negative because his items haven't arrived yet. The predicted tracking states that it'll get there in August, which sucks. But it's not going to take that long,
Yeah.
But yeah, he's left me a negative, and it was in whatever language they speak, Colombian or whatever it is over there, and I couldn't understand it, so I had to do the translate. Said he hasn't got it, so I hit up eBay. I sent him a message, and he hadn't responded, but I hit up eBay, and I'm just like, "Oh, come on, let's get rid of this. That's a joke. Still in transit. You can still see it there." And they said no, which is what pisses me off with eBay. So they said, "We can't remove it because it's still in transit, so we can't remove this until the item gets there." And I was like, well, I've upheld my end of the deal. I've sent it. It's in transit. There's tracking. There's valid tracking. It's going to get there sort of thing. And they said, yeah, we can't remove it until it's got there. They said it won't affect your account. It doesn't affect seller performance. But I said, the only thing it's going to affect, and, I put a bit of a sob story. I said, people come to my store, see a negative and not want to be there. They said, we understand that, but we can't remove it. So I said, well, what happens if it doesn't get there? What happens if it gets lost in transit? eBay responded, if it gets lost in transit, that's not on you. We remove the negative anyway. So I said, well, why can't you just remove it now? Because at the end of the day, the end result is the exact same thing. You're going to remove it. So why do I have to wait for it to either get delivered or not get delivered? It does not make any sense to me. So they declined it and they said, nah, just come back. Keep an eye on the tracking. So I don't understand that, eBay. You're a pack of idiots with that sort of shit. But anyway, I had the bloke right back and he apologised and he just said, sorry, mate, I got a bit of a temper going on and all that sort of stuff. Happy to remove it. So he removed it in the end anyway. So good bloke to him. Fuck you, eBay, once again. But I had that, and then I had another one that's sort of going on at the minute. I sold a laptop to a bloke. Worked fine. I retested it when I sent it, but he's now claiming the keyboard doesn't work on it, which it did. So I've been kind of back and forth with him trying to scope out a way to fix it, but he's hit me up for the partial refund now. So to me, that's a bit sketchy. So I just said, look, return it and then you'll get a refund. So I'll see if this keyboard's working or not. And whether he hits it with a hammer or not, who knows? But it's a little bit dodgy, I think. I've had those before, but I'm not caving to that shit. I've dealt with them pricks before, so you can send it back if you.
Yeah, definitely. Tommy's saying maybe it's floating around with my shirt and combi or something.
Yeah, I feel bad.
Yeah, and it might get there before my shirt arrives. My shirt's gone. I will give credit to the seller because the seller's actually refunded me now, which is great. So thanks to them. I don't know what they're going to do on their end. I'm assuming we've lodged everything on our end to say that we never got it. So I'm presuming they'll get a refund on their end. But they're in I think it was Russia, so I don't know. I don't know if they will or if Mr. Putin will shut that one down. I'm not sure. I just want to pick this up before we get on to Drew's dog shit. Captain, I sold women's Nike wedges for $70 this week, and Rack Raiders sold a pair of Moi Moi. Is that right?
Yeah.
Boots this morning, 20 into 350, still waiting for payment. No. Is it going to be a dog shit?
Never heard of it. Moi.
You're right. They'll pay tomorrow for sure.
Yeah, they'll get into it. Drew, what do we got? We got any dog shit this week? Are we dog shit free?
No dog shit on eBay's front. I love you, eBay. We always say we never have an issue with you, so keep giving us sales. We love that. The lockdown for until Friday, so another 5 days of lockdown. That's probably the biggest dog shit. But yeah, plenty of things to do around the house, or maybe I'm just making things to do. I just feel like I'm just cleaning the same thing every day at this point. But no real dog shit. It is what it is. Hopefully I'll be back out on the weekend. But yeah, eBay's always good to us. So hugs and kisses, eBay.
Drew's trying to make sure they don't shut down his store while he's live. If you start mopping the roof, you've gone crazy. So if you get to that point, mate, we'll start. JT, tell us. Doesn't have to be dog shit this week. It can be a dog shit of all time if you'd like. If you haven't had one recently, but tell us the dog shit.
It is probably actually this past week. I got an email. I sent 5 good old Barbie dolls from that massive haul I picked up, and sent 5 Barbie dolls to a lady, and she pretty much sent me an email saying only 1 rocked up, and I'm like, well, I sent 5 in a bubble wrap in the box that fit it all perfectly. Would you like to send me proof? And I haven't heard from her yet, so kind of on that edge of like, is she gonna try and ask for a refund? Because I've never had any issues yet up until literally that one. So see what she does, if she does anything. But I'd be telling her, hey, send me a photo. Because my problem is I took photos of packaging, but then when I make my videos, I do it all on my phone. So I delete stuff. And so I've deleted photos of me, packaging stuff up. So I'm still learning eBay, and I haven't got a store or anything like that. So I'm still learning whether you guys might be able to help out, but if you can add photos to when you send off the tracking to say that this is how I've sent it, this is, it's all there to cover my ass pretty much. But
from my experience, you can only really, even if you do that stuff, sometimes they don't really even care. Even if you do all the right things, it's kind of like they have buyer protection and really the seller protection is not great. So hopefully you get it sorted. But
that's a scammer.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, well, if you're not sending me proof of the photo of one Barbie doll, if you're not sending me proof that the box has been tampered with, then, you know, what am I going to go on? I sent you 5. That's what the ad was.
Maybe Ozpost kept one to put with my shirt. And then
I was going to say, maybe it was the same postie.
Yeah.
You might have like a bit of a Space Jam Barbie fetish going on.
I reckon the shirt might be a bit big for a Barbie doll, though. I am on the larger size, so I might have struggled to keep it on the Barbie. Well, that's definitely an interesting dog shit that could even potentially happen. So hopefully that gets sorted. You have to keep everyone in the loop on that one. Maybe a bit of an update on the next video if anything happens of it, because it'd be cool to see. For ourselves, dog shit, I feel like we did have a couple. The main one is old mate trying to get some free footy cards. Jazzy put it on the video this week. He purchased 2 lots of just loose footy cards, paid for it straight away. We shipped it, and within like a minute of us shipping it, he said that someone had hacked his card and he was trying to do a chargeback. So it was more the fact that he was just trying to get free cards. And luckily Jazz rang up post office because it was too early in the morning and they hadn't sent it yet. So we actually ran down there and grabbed it before it got sent off. The only problem is, before I realized that was going to happen, I put in a challenge because we'd shipped it. So now I have a challenge open on the account. I have the item, and the challenge has been closed in my favor. So I have to try and refund this guy, but he hasn't opened a request. So I'm like, I sent him a message. But I guess that's what you get for being a scammer, right? Crazy. I've picked up a few dog shits. Ken's reckoning block this seller, 81 Mac 21, neg feedback on DVDs. So keep an eye on that one. Dog shit would be, I sent 2 buyers 2 different sets of choose your own adventure bundles. Damn, choose their own adventure. Oh man, I want to actually know if that's like legit or if that's just octopus being the octopus.
Too good.
I send photos for all my untracked letters, but it's only a psychological play with the buyers. It doesn't actually help.
So much effort.
Yeah, it is a lot of effort. All right, guys. Well, we're almost at an hour, so that has absolutely flown by. So we'll do a quick wrap around of what's coming up for everyone, and then we'll give JT a couple minutes at the end to plug her channel and what's coming up, and make sure everyone gets over there. So, Brad, what's coming up for you on the channel this week?
This week I will be back on the thrift because I've picked up, sitting right here, probably the best thing I've picked up this year so far. Very, very happy with the finds, so I'll probably flaunt that a bit this week, I think. I'm going to try shortly to get back to the 2 videos a week, I think. I've been just popping the one of a Thursday. But, I reckon we'll give it another week. I'm just trying to get stuff sorted around the house and, other little side hustles on the go. So, I'll try and get back to maybe 2 videos by next week, but this week just the one, and I think I'll show off this beautiful little thing that I've picked up. So
I might.
I'll show you guys after the stream. But
I was going to say I might have to hassle you for some inside knowledge after the show because you got me drooling. You got me keen. As I've said, everyone's links are in the description. So if you have been living under a rock, or I don't know what you've been doing, if you haven't found Brad yet, make sure you head over and check out some of his stuff. The last video that came out was pretty awesome on the pretty much Brad just destroying everything. Let's be honest, that's what the video was about. But it was some good fun. Drew, you've been in lockdown for a little while now, and you've got something in your eye there as well.
Sorry, move on to JT.
Let's go with JT. What's come up for you on the channel, and you can be found. Link is in the description.
Drew's just getting emotional. I think he thought I was directing it, saying he had to wait until Thursday to see what I get. No, Drew, I know you're getting upset, but I'll show you in about 10 minutes, mate. That's all.
Okay. Sorry. I can do mine now if you want. Sorry.
All right, we'll go with Drew. We'll keep it in order.
We've got nothing coming out this week. No videos planned or recorded, so nothing until the following week.
What about podcast?
No, we have one come out this week, so we've got the week off. So just chilling. Don't come to our channels this week. It's fine.
Go back and watch all the stuff that you've missed because there's heaps of great content over there. If you missed the van life video, that was an awesome vid heading up the coast before lockdown. So make sure you head over and check that out. And if you're looking for some stuff to listen to, there's plenty on the podcast as well. So make sure you head over to Drew and Sarah's channel and check that out. All right, JT, your time to shine. Give us a rundown of what you've got planned, what's coming up. Your link is in the description so people can head over and give you a sub and a like. And don't forget to comment on that video, hashtag WWR to get in that draw as well. But give us a rundown of what's coming up.
Mixing it up. I'm always trying to mix it up at the moment with the Funko stuff and also obviously thrifting. I think this week I kind of wanted to go. Well, I sort of wanted to start today, and I did start filming until I got there and it was shut. Do a tour of the tips. Like I've got about 5 that's not far from me. So I haven't been to any of them except for the one. So I thought I might do like a tour of the tips. Go around to a few different ones, see what they're all like, and put that all together. But I've already pre-recorded 2. I've got just a massive collectible haul that I picked up from a pop culture shop here in Perth, and I also have got like my June stats. So dropping that in over this coming week, and then whenever I put that trip to the tip, and then back to the swap meets and just. Let's go thrifting, and that's kind of me.
Beautiful. And people can find you over on Instagram as well. If you're not a fan of YouTube, you are on Instagram as well. So head over and give that a follow. Leanne's just dropped in all the way from Ireland, so you've got some international viewers here as well. This is awesome. Thanks for being here, Leanne. And Drew had some baby hair in his eye. For us, this week we have a Tuesday vid. Which is going to be what sold for June. And last month was our best month, but we beat it again, which was nice. So we go through that. And then Friday's vid will be the weekly vlog that we've been doing for the last sort of month and a bit now. And we're going to share a full financial year breakdown within that video. So sort of what we took home in pocket after all our fees and all that sort of stuff. So people get an idea of, you throw numbers out, but that's not what you end up in the pocket. So we want to be nice and transparent with that. So that'll be coming out as well. So make sure you guys head out and check out all the channels of all the people on the stream. I've also linked Robbie's in there as well, obviously being one of the OGs of the Wide World of Reselling. We miss our Robbie, but we've got his link in the description there. There's plenty of people in the chat that have great channels as well that need to be checked out. I saw a little bit of a teaser for Matt's What I Am, so I don't know if he's going to be putting out more vids soon, but
get him back. Get Matty back.
Matty back.
Absolutely champion.
We'll have to try and get him on a worldwide reselling again soon if he's keen. But thank you everyone for coming tonight. We really appreciate your support. Thanks JT for giving us an hour of your time and sharing some of your awesome collection there.
No worries.
It's really cool to see.
Go check out our channel. If you haven't seen it, go and check it out. It's fucking awesome.
Get over there and make sure you got a handkerchief because you'll probably start drooling over some of the the Funkos. So I didn't know where I was going with that for a second. I was a bit worried. But, it's Wide World of Reselling, so anything could happen. Anything could happen. Thanks everyone. Thanks for being here. We'll be back next weekend. Same faces, same time, same channel. Catch you guys.
See ya.